Hi, I'm Samantha Heil, Executive Director of Book Fair at Bel Air, and I'd love to invite you to one of the biggest bookish events in the region. Join us on Saturday, August 8th, 2026 from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at APG FCU Arena at Hartford Community College for a free, family-friendly event celebrating books, readers, and community. Book Fair at Bel Air features more than 110 authors and vendors, best-selling featured authors, kids' activities, face painting, story time, arts and crafts, photo ops, and plenty of fun for readers of all ages. Whether you're a lifelong reader, raising future bookworms, or just looking for a unique day out with the family, there's something for everyone at Book Fair at Bel Air. Learn more at www.bookfairatbelair.org or follow us on Instagram at Book Fair at Bel Air. We hope to see you there this August.
Coming to you from the Freedom Federal Credit Union Studios, Hartford County Living presents Conversations with Rich Bennett.
Slow pitch or fast pitch?
It's probably the least sexy part of work, and I don't have the answer. It's okay. No. The truth is,
I have a young gentleman on who was on, oh my God, I can't even remember, a while ago, talking about his book that he put out, which I believe it was called The Million Stages of Grief. And my daughter actually is the one that pointed him out to me because of his TikTok video that went viral, a zip line and the young lady coming back and kicking him in the face, which hurt me just watching it. But I have Michael Reed on again, and since he was on last time, oh my God, he has been busy. 3 books out now. Well, we'll get into what else he's been doing. So first of all, how you doing, Michael? Great to see you again, brother.
It's great to see you too, my friend. I'm doing good.
Yeah,
very busy.
Last time we talked, you were going to school or taking a course or whatever for grief to become a grief coach, certified grief coach,
yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And you're finished with that now.
Oh, yeah. I completed that, and I'm almost a senior at GCU, getting my bachelor's in behavioral health science.
Wow.
By the grace of God, I've somehow maintained a 4.0 GPA, and I'm at the very top of my class.
Damn.
And I'll graduate next October, God willing. And
that is awesome.
I can't even begin to tell you how much I've learned in college. It's kind of, I think I even mentioned this in the first episode, that college has kind of become a form of therapy for me, and I could not say that any louder. I've learned so much about myself and you know, the skills and the professional training to help other people. And I can't wait to graduate and see what the next steps of my life are going to be once I get through that.
Well, have you started doing the grief coaching yet? Or are you still waiting to finish college?
I'm still waiting to finish college. I'm probably going to have to end up getting my master's because if I want to start my own practice,
right,
I'm going to have to do that. So I'll probably jump into my master's, but I can get that done in a year and a half, and then I'll be ready to roll. So,
all right. So I have to ask this for those people that haven't heard the last episode that Michael was on. You have to go back and listen to it. But how's your son doing?
My son. You know, through all the grief that I've been through and the loss and the anger and the pain, I've had a very long battle with God. And one of the issues that I've had is, you know, how come my son and I are still so broken? And God has answered that. He's doing very well.
Good.
He has taken some steps to get the help that he needs professionally, and he has just blossomed.
Good.
And I'm so proud of him.
And you should be, yeah.
And ladies,
Yeah,
he's still single, so he's 24. He likes walks on the beach and strawberries being fed to him by hand. So if anybody's interested, hit me up. I'll hook you up.
So, all right, Michael, we gotta get together because my daughter's 24 and single.
There we go.
And yeah, I think I might have to send her and my wife down your way.
I'll send
until my wife leave her down there.
I'll send you a picture of them so she can approve of that first.
Okay, hey, I'm the one that needs to approve.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Not her. Yeah, so hey, he's already got my approval.
Awesome.
All right, so listen, man, since the last time you were on, I got to be honest with you. I have never looked at owls and ladybugs the same.
Yeah.
It just, every time I see them, it's like, I always think of you with, your daughter and your wife. I was like, oh my God. And then you turned around and wrote another book.
Yeah.
Called The Owl and the Ladybug, Helping Children Understand Laws.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
So my daughter Chloe comes to me as a ladybug, and my daughter Lily comes to me as an owl. And the reason that Chloe comes to me as a ladybug is when we found out we were having a girl, we went to this really fancy schmancy baby department store. I don't even remember what the name of it was. And I literally spent hours walking through this entire store trying to pick out the perfect outfit to bring her home in. And we were still like 5 months along. We had time, but no, I was determined I'm going to find that perfect outfit. And I ended up finding this little onesie, and it was white, and it was just covered in ladybugs. It just spoke to me. So we got that, and then when she finally went into labor, they had to shove us into a smaller room for most of her labor because they were so full. But when they finally brought us into the regular room, they put her bed in place, and she looked straight up at the ceiling, and there was a ladybug on the ceiling. So Chloe's nickname from the day she was born is Ladybug. So that's why she comes to me as a ladybug. And Lily comes to me as an owl, and it's such a funny story. Her favorite animal was an owl, but the way that she came to love owls is just, it's beautiful. So when she was 5 or 6, I used to work at Dollywood Theme Park for many years before the fires, and I had a great group of friends that I worked with, and one of the guys that I worked with, his name was Al, and he was probably in his mid-60s at the time, and for some reason, Lily just loved him. And every time we would go to Dollywood, she'd be like, "Can I see Al today? Can I see Al today?" And she'd even put on makeup before we went to Dollywood, just so she could look all pretty for him, and she'd carry a little purse that matched her outfit. And the first thing she wanted to do every time we went to the park was go to my ride, and she wanted to give Al a big hug. So one day we're at Walmart, and she's like, "Can I get a toy?" And I'm like, yeah, go ahead and get a toy. And she picked out an owl stuffed animal. And I said, "Why do you want an owl?" And she said, "Because it sounds like Al."
Oh, she had a crush going on.
Oh, she had a crush, yeah. And I always told her she couldn't date till she was 40, so I don't know what she was, planning on doing. But, and I tried to explain to her, he's just a little old. I don't care, that's my boyfriend. And I loved it. It was so innocent, and she glowed every time she saw him, and he ate it all up. He hugged her and loved on her, and
that is awesome, man.
So that's how those ended up being my signs for them. And years and years ago, I woke up in the middle of the night. I had a bad nightmare. I was covered in sweat, and I just had this story in my head of an owl and a ladybug having a conversation in the forest about loss. And I literally wrote the manuscript in 15 minutes. It just kind of like
Get out of here.
poured out to me, and I saved it on my notes on my phone, and then it just sat there for years. And I never thought anything of it. And so when I published The Million Stages of Grief, and when that thing took off and started winning awards, and then it became a bestseller, I'm like, wait a minute. I've had this other book sitting in my phone for years. I wonder if I could do it. So I tried to find an illustrator. I could never really find one. I can't even draw a stick figure. But with AI, what if I could use AI to help me make the pictures? So I started doing some digging, and, I had to be specific, what I wanted the characters to look like, and, I wanted the ladybug's eyes to be big and have big eyelashes. But when I kind of got it figured out, I could use it to make the illustrations for the book. And that's exactly what I did. So
those are AI generated?
Those are AI generated, yeah. And
wow, they look awesome.
There's plenty of arguments that AI is a bad thing, but there are also moments where AI can be a great thing,
Yep.
So I pieced it all together, and what a way to honor them.
Yeah.
And so it's there's two parts to the book. The first half of the book is the story, and it's about a little ladybug named Lily, who lost her grandma, and she's sad, and she doesn't know how she's supposed to feel. And she meets an owl named Chloe, and Cole lets her talk about her feelings in a healthy way, and helps her understand that it's okay to be sad. So it's a great little story. And then the second half of the book is actually an interactive workbook that I designed for kids to color and draw their feelings. And
that's a great
That's
idea.
what makes the book different, is because now the parents, the guardians, the grandparents, whoever's taking care of this child, teachers, whoever's taking care of this child that's grieving, can now see how that child is viewing their own grief. And
wow.
So now it's interactive. And there's been a great response to it.
I love the fact that it's for kids.
Yeah.
But it's not a children's book. It's more like a guidebook helping them through, and a story.
Yeah.
To help them through the grief.
Yeah. And
that's something you don't see a lot.
You're right. And there's the one thing that most professional psychiatrists, psychologists do is they talk down to children. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. Yeah. It's just children are different, And I think one thing that made my perspective unique was my daughters, even though I lost them 10 years ago, they're still 12 and 9 in my head. And as I've gone through my own journey of grief and healing, I've often wondered, if my daughters were still here and I had passed away, how would my wife have helped them with their grief? And I think that book would have helped them. So that's why I did it,
I love that. I love that. Well, and we know the Million Stages of Grief, the first book that you published, has helped a lot of people.
It's been
And then you turn.
unbelievable.
Go ahead.
I have no words. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the first book, we've been taught all our lives that there's 5 stages of grief, and that's a lie. And my first book challenged the science. It's not 5 stages, it's 1,000,000 stages. And you could go through 10,000 different emotions in a day. And it's normal. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. If you did get the book last time I was on, I've revised it, and the second edition is out now. There's a lot more that I've added to it.
Right.
A lot more guidance. With everything I've learned in college, I've added to the book as it's grown. So as it stands now, it went from like 192 pages and now it's over 300 pages. So I've added a bunch.
Wow.
I've added a bunch to it. But it was Lily's birthday last year, June 18th.
Mm-hmm.
I got up, and I normally have my gruesome crying fit, and then I crash for the day. And it was weird. I was in the middle of my ugly crying fit, but I was on my phone looking at all the pictures I have of her. And in the middle of the tears, I was smiling at the memory. And something just clicked into my head at that exact moment. Now that I've grieved, I have to heal. And the way I'm responding this year to her birthday is different than how I felt last year. What if that means that I'm healing?
Huh.
So I just kind of sat down and started writing it out. And I realized that grief is a 2-step process. You have to go through your grief and you have to experience your grief. But once you've grieved, there's still life after that.
Right.
You have to heal because there's still a life to live. And those that we lose don't want us to always be stuck in our grief. They want us to heal, and they want us to grow, and they want us to live again and love again and laugh again. And they want us to live on, and they want to live on through us at the same time. And that's where the idea of the 1,000,000 stages of healing came from.
Well, and I think they go hand in hand because I do believe you have to grieve in order to heal.
Yes. But you cannot heal until you've properly grieved.
Without grieving.
Yeah.
Right. So with this one, because all right, 300 pages in the 1,000,000 stages of grief. We know you didn't write down 1,000,000 ways to grieve because you would still be working on that.
Yeah.
But with the 1,000,000 stages of healing, did you actually take like each part you wrote about grieving and then coincided with the healing part? Or how'd you end up doing that?
It's a companion book to the first book, but it's completely different.
Right. Okay.
In the first book, I think what made it so powerful was the beginning of each chapter was something that I had written in the past while I was in that really intense grief. And I didn't want to do that for the healing book because if I did, that means I'm still looking backwards. I need to look forwards. 99% of this book is my training through college, my own therapy, my own journey, and the lessons that I've learned along the way to get to where I am today. And, today I'm still hurt and I'm still broken and I still miss them every day and I'm still sad every day.
Yeah.
But I feel them piecing my heart back together. And I feel them saying, Daddy, you're doing the work.
Yeah.
And you're going to make a difference. And we're proud of you. And if you can get into a headspace where the person that you love the most that you've lost, you can feel them guiding you, that's the first step of healing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just grew from there.
I love the fact that it's a collection.
It is. Yeah.
It's a collection of grieving and healing. And I have a funny feeling there's more to be added to the collection, isn't there?
I don't know. When I wrote the first book, I thought that was it.
Surprise. It wasn't.
Right. And then there was and I know it's my girls coming to my brain. Dad, you got that kid's book you never did anything with. I don't know. I every day is a new journey.
Yeah.
I talk about this a lot. Every day the sun rises for you. And it's a chance for a fresh start. And that's kind of how I live now. Yesterday could have been a terrible day where I'm just really down and I'm really sad and I'm really missing him. But tomorrow the sun will rise. And it's a new chance. And that's a big focus of the healing book, is giving yourself grace and being patient with yourself, but always knowing that tomorrow that sunrise is just for you. So there may be more down the road. We'll just have to wait and see.
I have a feeling once you finish once you finish college and the coaching takes off, I think there's going to be another book, because now you're going to be hearing other people's stories.
Yeah.
And learning how they grieve and learning how they heal, or even teaching them how to grieve and how to heal. And I think that's why I think there's going to be more books, because once you write, these were written based on your perspective.
Yeah.
But once you start talking to other people and healing, man, what is it with me? I cannot speak right today. Hearing theirs, I just have a funny feeling, because hell, you didn't think you were going to end up being an author.
Yeah, never.
And the way you're writing, I mean, come on, award-winning author to top it off. I'm
speechless, and
the girls.
It's not me, and I can't emphasize this enough. It's not me. It's my angels. And they give me the right words to say, and they have guided me every step of the way. Another example, I've been in something called EMDR therapy for about 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a therapy designed specifically for people with PTSD. And the very unscientific version of EMDR is it basically forces you to use both sides of your brain, and it teaches you to tell the story of your trauma without letting your emotions impact telling that story. So you're able to separate your emotions from the traumatic event. And that helps people with PTSD get through the nightmares and the triggers. And you're the first person I'm saying this to publicly. I went into therapy a few weeks ago, and I sat down, and my therapist looked at me and she said, "Michael, congratulations, you have finished EMDR therapy."
Wow.
And I got in my car and I started crying, and I realized my heart is starting to heal.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a purpose for the pain. I preach that all the time. And I can't help anyone unless I can heal myself first.
Yeah.
And that's what this journey has become. It's just become a public journey that people can share with me and they can relate to. And the one thing I love hearing the most about the books is some random person finds me through my website or social media and says, I had this A, B, and C thought for years and I thought I was nuts, but I read something that you wrote and that was exactly how I felt, and now it makes sense. I cannot tell you what that does to my soul every time
Oh, yeah.
I see something like that. And
Yeah.
it's still an ongoing journey, but I'm ready. I'm ready to.
You know,
I'm ready to grow, and my passion is helping other people, and I got about 15 months to go before I can finally professionally help other people. And I'm ready. I can't wait.
you're listening to Conversations with Rich Bennett. We'll be right back. I've always said trust matters, especially when you're investing in your home. And that's exactly why, when it comes time for me to replace my windows and doors, I'm going with Bel Air Window and Door, your local window depot. They're a family-owned business right here in our community, and what I love is they combine top-quality products with honest, no-pressure service. I've done my homework, and their triple-pane windows really stood out to me. Better energy efficiency, less outside noise, and just an overall upgrade you can feel. And their doors, whether you're looking for something durable, secure, or just want to boost your home's curb appeal, they've got options that really make a difference. For me, it comes down to trust, and I really trust Bel Air Window and Door to get it done right. If you're thinking about upgrading your home, give them a call at 410-941-3499 or visit their website at belairwindowanddoor.com. Tell them Rich sent you. You and I follow each other on social media, and since the last time I talked to you, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, but it seems like you're enjoying life again. Am I wrong?
No. And that's been that's the healing book.
Yeah.
I am my own harshest critic, and I never take my own advice. And I've finally started just taking my own advice. And I've got this hole in my heart that's been here for 10 years. I can either continue to suffer, or I can fill that hole with the love that I still have from my wife and daughters. And that love can help my heart heal and fully beat again. And that is what I do every single day. And, I'm still their daddy, and I'm still her husband. And
Yep.
it is okay to live.
Yes.
And
That's part of the healing, man.
It is. And there's so much guilt associated with that. There's this irrational belief that when you lose somebody, you're supposed to mourn forever. That's a death wish.
Yeah.
You can't. I spent years
No.
in that space, and I don't even know how I'm alive today.
Your health goes downhill,
Absolutely. Yeah.
both physically and mentally.
Yeah. I spent so long in that darkness. I didn't know what the sunrise looked like anymore until I really opened my eyes and went, wait a minute. There's this whole world around me, and I can feel them all around me. I've just had my eyes closed.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to open them. So every day is a blessing, and every day is a new opportunity to meet somebody new and to help them and to get to know them. And butterflies land on me all the time. I still have owls that live on my property that I hear every night. They're still here. Those that we lose never truly leave us.
No. There are angels, man. There are guardian angels. You and I talked about that last time.
Yeah.
And we truly believe that. Truly believe that. And I mean, and I've told you, there's times I'll be in the house or even the other place I record, and I can smell or sense my brother or my mother or father near me. I know my daughter's always on my shoulder, watching me, or, I seriously believe she stays on my shoulder because I feel her in the car, everywhere. And, people may think I'm crazy, but no, it's the truth. That's what I feel. So I got to ask you this. Once college is finished, are you going to purchase an RV? Or are you just going to fly everywhere for the speaking events?
My dream has,
because you're going to be touring the country speaking, man.
That's been my dream. If I'm being honest, this whole entire time is I wanted to get the educational background to be able to back up what I was saying. But my dream has always been to be a speaker and to share the story in front of people's eyes rather than through a book, and if anybody's listening from TED Talk, I'm waiting. That's my
TED
dream.
Talk, you're going to be on a bigger stage than that, man.
Well, if you have any insight, feel free to share my information with anybody you want to.
Hey, I already have. I've just been waiting for the word for you to say, it's a go, I'm finished, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I got play. Okay.
And
wait a minute, you don't want it to interfere with college.
And it's taken me... It's taking me this process of healing to become ready, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
A year ago, I thought I would have been ready, but I only told half the story.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All right.
So ready. And there are so many people. I just want to reach as many as I can.
Well, and the thing is, when it comes to grief and healing, especially from losing a loved one, there are so many different people you could talk to, because, people have lost people through addiction, through car accidents, through suicide, so many different things. And your story I think it helps with everybody that's ever lost someone. Because, the way you lost your wife and daughters, and actually, correct me if I'm wrong, but the dog too, right?
Yeah, we lost both of our dogs, our house.
Both of the dogs.
Everything.
Yeah, that's just, oh, God. To go through that, and then to hear how you have healed, but better yet, to even turn around and help other people. Yeah, you're going to be on the big stages, without a doubt, without a doubt. And actually, I'm surprised you're not yet. Well, I know why you're not yet, because college, and you weren't ready yet, but now you're ready.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know a lot of places a lot of companies where they would definitely want you in to come talk to them.
No, I'd be honored. Absolutely honored.
I'll hook you up one way or another. So, since the last time I talked to you, besides the books and the college, what else has been going on with you? Uh-oh. There's a little chuckle. Don't tell me you got kicked in the face on the zip line again.
No, thankfully no.
Okay.
I've learned to embrace the little moments. My garden outside is a great example. For the last 3 years, I haven't been able to grow anything for some reason. And
interesting.
I don't know, month and a half ago, I'm like, I'm gonna plant corn. My son's like, what?
In your garden?
I'm like, I'm gonna plant corn, damn it, and it's gonna grow. And wouldn't you know, I got 4 rows of corn growing right now. And it's just those little moments, and it sounds so stupid, but I planted a seed in the ground and it's growing. That means a lot to me.
Wow. Yeah.
You know?
Well, gardening's good therapy too.
Very good therapy. Do it in bare feet so you can touch that dirt with your feet, because it is so grounding. But it's little moments that I've began to see that just become really big moments inside of me that just remind me that I'm on the right track.
Yeah. Well, you're enjoying those moments too, because a lot of times, and this goes back to even like the ladybug and the butterfly references. A lot of times, I think we take stuff for granted, and especially when you're outside, you see those things. You see the ladybugs. And most people just like flap them away or whatever, or just totally ignore it. But enjoy the beauty of it. Enjoy the meaning of it. And oh my God, for the past several days, we've had a female mallard for some reason just keeps coming to our front yard and just hanging out by my flagpole. There's no eggs or nothing there. There's not a male mallard with her. But every day she's just been, and as a matter of fact, I think she may have even spent the night out there last night. But it makes you, first of all, I'm looking at her and I'm looking at the feathers. And then it makes me wonder, like, okay, what is going on? Why is she out there? She doesn't want me to come up to her, because every time I walk out to take her something to feed her, she'll start walking away. But just those little things, the hummingbirds. Look at the hummingbirds.
Yeah.
Enjoy them. Bluebird, man, and I may have been seeing them every year and not even realize it, but I'm seeing a lot more bluebirds this year. And I think it's because I'm focused on it now. I'm enjoying everything that's out there.
Yeah.
And I think everybody needs to do that.
We take life.
Everybody needs to.
And we don't do this on purpose, but we take every day somewhat for granted, because we always think there's a tomorrow. And sometimes there's not.
No.
And
we're always rushing.
Yeah.
Don't rush. Just take your time.
Never waste a moment.
Take your time. Well, Michael, before I get to my last question, is there anything you'd like to add? And those of you listening, by the way, Michael will be coming on my other podcast, The Author Pitch. So you'll hear him read excerpts from the books. So stay tuned for that, which I guess I'm going to have to start linking that podcast to this podcast. But is there anything you would like to add, Michael?
You are never alone. If you're listening to this right now and you are lost and you're confused and you have no compass, I have been there. You have been there.
Mm-hmm.
You are never alone. That was the scariest part for me over the years, was I felt so isolated. And part of it I did to myself. I just cut everybody in my life out. I got tired of hearing, it's time to move on. I got tired of hearing, God's got you, if I'm being honest. And I pushed everybody away. And it is okay to not be okay, but it's also okay to be okay.
Yeah.
And my journey has taught me how to find that balance.
All right, this is going to be hard because I can't remember what number you picked the last time you were on the show. So hopefully you don't pick the same number. But I need you to pick a number between 1 and 5.
3.
3. How come I can't find my questions? Hold on. Crap. All right, now pick a number between 41 and 60.
55.
See, I think before I didn't ask you to ask Troy. I think I just asked you to pick a number between 1 and 100. So I broke it down into groups. So I don't believe I did ask you this question last time. What is a question you wish more people would ask themselves?
Wow. There's so many different directions.
Mm-hmm.
And this has nothing to do with my books or my story. This is something I have personally battled for a very, very long time. And I think the question is, tell me why I'm not enough.
Ooh. Wow.
I have a Post-it note in my bathroom next to my mirror. And I have 3 words written on it, and it says, I am enough. And that's the first thing I look at every day. And I think everybody goes through a point in their lives where, whether it's social media or peer pressure as a teenager, or politics, or childhood trauma, relationships that you're in that are good or bad. I think we all go through a period where we don't think we're enough.
Mm-hmm.
You are enough. I don't care where you've been, what you've done, what you've been through. You are enough.
I love that. Michael, something very important. Tell everybody where they can purchase your books and follow you.
All of the books are available
The website.
on Amazon, or you can go to my website. It's themillionstages.com. There's a bunch of resources on the website. If you're grieving right now and you need help, there's a list of resources. There's all the podcasts I've been on. You can access those. We are all, even though there's so much division, we are all connected in ways that we don't realize. Yeah. And if everybody would just take one step back, you'll see how interconnected we are. And, we talked about this the first time,
Mm-hmm.
Even though your losses are different from my losses as far as how and when, it's still the same. And our losses have bonded us ever since we met, and you can develop that connection with anybody that you meet if you just take a step back and give it a chance.
Yeah.
Sometimes
you got to take a step backwards to move forward.
Yeah. And that's what I've loved the most down through this journey is the thousands of people that I've met that go, thank you, but your loss is way worse than mine. And I stop them every time and I say, no, it's not. It's the same tears. It's the same sadness. It's the same heartache. We are bonded for life. And it's the connection that means the most to me today. And that's why when I get up every day and I see that sunrise, I smile because it's another opportunity to make a connection.
Mm-hmm. And if it wasn't for my daughter, we would have never connected. So maybe that's a sign that her and your son need to connect. I'm just saying.
I'm all for it, buddy.
Those of you listening, when you purchase Michael's books, all 3 of them so far, make sure you leave a full review on Amazon, Goodreads, Barnes & Noble, everywhere you can leave a review. Take a photo of yourself with the books too, and put them on social media and tag Michael as well, because that's just going to help him sell more books as well. And trust me, when you read the books, it's going to help you. So much so that you're going to want to purchase more copies for other people. So make sure you do that. Michael, thanks a lot, man. Always great seeing you. And I know we're going to see each other again very soon on the other podcast. So thanks a lot, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you so much.
Every time that Michael joins me, I walk away with a different perspective on life. When we first met, Michael shared a story that most people can't even imagine surviving. The loss of his wife, his daughters, his dogs, and his home in a single tragedy. Today, we heard something just as powerful. We heard what healing sounds like. Not healing as the absence of pain, because the pain is still there. Not healing because the memories fade, because they definitely don't. Healing because we learn how to carry that love forward instead of letting grief keep us stuck in the past. Michael reminded us that it's okay to grieve. It's okay to struggle. And it's okay to not be okay. But he also reminded us that it's okay to live again, to laugh again, to dream again, to plant corn, watch a sunrise, appreciate a ladybug, or hear an owl in the distance and smile. And one thing that really stuck with me was when he said, "You are enough." Remember that. You are enough. That's a message every one of us needs to hear, especially on the days when we doubt ourselves the most. If you'd like to learn more about Michael, pick up his books, The Million Stages of Grief, The Million Stages of Healing, and The Owl and the Ladybug. And when you do, leave a review. Reviews help authors reach people who need their message most. And you can find Michael and all of his resources at themillionstages.com. And of course, I'll have that link in the show notes. And if today's conversation resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share this episode with someone who may be carrying a loss, navigating grief, or searching for hope. You never know whose life could be changed by a simple conversation. Until next time, remember this. No matter what you've been through, no matter what you're facing today, you are not alone. Keep moving forward. Keep finding the beauty in the small moments. And most importantly, keep the conversations going.